What's going on, everyone? In today's video, we're going to go ahead and cover 10 of my favorite tips and tricks that you can do on the Apple Watch, and this is for the WatchOS 9 edition. So we're going to go ahead and see if some of these tips and tricks are still relevant even on the upcoming WatchOS 9. So at the time of making the video, WatchOS 9 is currently in the developer beta, and WatchOS 9 public beta should be available sometimes this July. And all the Apple Watches that support it is the Series 4, Series 5, SE, Series 6, and of course the Series 7. This is the first time the Apple Watch is going to discontinue the Series 3, so the Series 3 is now RIP officially, as Apple will drop support for it, as it no longer will support the latest WatchOS 9. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So the list view, this is a familiar look that we all should all be familiar with. You can rearrange your apps and stuff like that. Previously, a long time ago, the only way you could switch to the list view was to go into your settings, but now if you long press, you can actually select list view, just like so. And to delete some of these apps, you can also swipe and just have the little delete icon available right then and there. And then if you go into grid view, if you actually look down, it says edit apps. You can also delete some of the native and third-party apps this way as well to really organize your app layout. So that's a cool little tips and trick right there. Another one is the workouts. Whenever you start a workout, the little 3-second timer will start. If you tap on the 3-second timer, it'll bypass that and start it immediately. So that's there. And then depending on the workout, if you actually scroll down, it will actually give you more information on like your heart rate zones and etc. This is new for WatchOS 9. Now, if your Apple Watch is not on mute, so it's doing the notifications and it's dinging or pinning your device loudly, as soon as it makes a pin noise, if you cover up your Apple Watch, cover it for a couple of seconds until you feel haptic feedback, this will automatically mute your Apple Watch. So this still works. And then if you like to organize your watch faces, you may have a lot of watch faces. You can actually click on one and like move it to a different row you're in. So you can make it 2 out of 6, 3 out of 6, and etc. But now I notice it gives you a haptic feedback. Before, it didn't give you a haptic feedback whatsoever. And when you drop it, again, it gives you a haptic feedback. So that's new. And if you like to delete it, just swipe up and you'll have access to the little trash icon. Another feature I really do like to use the most is the ability to have your iPhone unlock your Apple Watch. So whenever you take off your Apple Watch, we know if you have a passcode enabled, it's going to prompt you to enter that before you can actually start using your Apple Watch to prevent theft, obviously. But if you have the setting enabled, if you actually put on your Apple Watch and you unlock your iPhone, with Face ID or Touch ID or whatever security code you're using for your iPhone, it will actually unlock your Apple Watch. You'll see it right here. And you can do it vice versa. You can actually allow your Apple Watch to unlock your iPhone as well. I'll go ahead and show you the settings. But when you do this, you have this little card that pops up. And if it was a false unlock, you have the power to override it and lock the device in case somebody grabs your device and you just don't want them to quickly have access to it. You can just lock it here manually. So you have that capability. So to go ahead and enable this, if you haven't done this yet, just launch. I find it easier if you launch the Apple Watch app on your iPhone, and then just scroll into passcodes. And from here, you have the ability to just enable unlock with iPhone. So if you read the description, when this is on, unlocking your iPhone will automatically unlock your Apple Watch as long as you're wearing it. And then you can also disable or enable the wrist detection. This is optional if you don't want it to go away once you already entered the passcode. And erase data, don't recommend doing this, but after 10 failed attempts, this will actually erase all the data on your Apple Watch. This is optional. I don't recommend doing that because it will erase everything. And then for the iPhone to be unlocked with your Apple Watch, just go ahead and launch the settings on your iPhone and scroll into Face ID and passcode. Go ahead and log in, enter your passcode to have access to this. Scroll down where it says unlock with Apple Watch. Just make sure you enable the correct Apple Watch, and then there you go. Now both devices can unlock each other and vice versa. And you have once more the capability to lock it in case it does get into the wrong head accidentally. Now, next cool feature is the capability to actually control your Apple Watch from your iPhone. So this is new for WatchOS 9. If you don't know how to have access to this, just go into your iPhone settings once more. scroll down until you see the accessibility tab. Tap here, scroll down where you see Apple Watch mirroring, and just go ahead and quickly enable this. This will actually show a preview of what it shows on your Apple Watch, so it will display everything that your Apple Watch sees right here on the display. If you notice, it fully controls everything. There's like a yellow, not a yellow, blue ring around your Apple Watch display, showing you that this is indeed active. And you have full button controls, even the digital crown and everything can be pressed from here. It's kind of laggy. It's in the beta stage, but of course, over time, everything will improve. This is a feature that's useful to use whenever your Apple Watch isn't responding. It could be damaged. You might have damaged it on accident. You have to have access to something, or just having a hard time seeing text size and such like that. This definitely gives you a much larger screen to basically control it all. But since we're in the topic of text size in Control Center, for whatever said reason, maybe you're using a third-party app or a text message is just too small to really see what it says, you can actually increase the text size instead of going into the settings and do it all the old-fashioned way. Now it's right here in the Control Center. So just hit edit if you don't see it, but just make sure the text size is added, and then of course you can rearrange it just like so. But with the text size, now you can actually quickly adjust the text font size right here on your wrist. So that's new. And then since we're still in the Control Center, you can also toggle the assistive touch right here. So if you know how to hands-free control your Apple Watch, you can just use your hand movement and wrist motion to actually hands-free go navigate through your Apple Watch. Now another cool tip, if you're trying to take a group selfie with like a bunch of people, you can actually have the Viewfinder right here on your Apple Watch, believe it or not. In case you forgot, if you actually launch the camera app, this will quickly launch the camera app on your iPhone. But here, if you tap the three dots, you can actually switch between the front and rear camera. So we're gonna go ahead and switch to the front. And you can literally just pick up your Apple Watch and take the photo right here, as you can view everything on your wrist. So make sure everybody's in the shot. And then if you like to take a video instead of a photo, just long hold and it'll quickly start capturing a video. So a cool little tip right there. And something I almost failed to mention is back in the Control Center, this little iPhone icon with the sound waves. If you tap on it once, it'll pin your device. Then if you long press and hold, it'll toggle the flash while it's pinning your device. Just for iOS 16 as well as WatchOS 9, it doesn't work for some reason. It's buggy, but it should work. And then, if you have an Apple Watch Series 7 or newer, I'm assuming the Series 8 should also have this. If not, I'll be really disappointed. Whenever you're replying to text messages, you can swivel the text as well. But now for WatchOS 9, you also have text suggestions right here. Aside from that, those are my 10 top favorite tips and tricks that you could do on an Apple Watch on the latest version of WatchOS 9. And yes, some of these obviously support the previous versions of WatchOS, like WatchOS 7 and WatchOS 8. But this was definitely an interesting video to make because I know some of the things from the previous OS has been fine tweaked on WatchOS 9, which isn't bad. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, you know what to do. Really appreciate if you can actually leave this video a like, as those really do help me out a lot. So if you can, please do that. Make sure you subscribe as well, especially if you enjoy a lot of tech videos just like this. If you'd like to know the complete list of all the new changes and some new hidden features that was added for WatchOS 9, I do a full dedicated video that you can go ahead and watch right there. I cover everything from A to Z. And the video next to that one, that's just the video YouTube is recommending specifically for you. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.